Imagine waking up in a world you never expect to come back to live. That's exactly what happened to Gardenia. She's confused, scared, and this mysterious system starts talking to her out of nowhere, telling her she's got tasks complete. Fail, and she goes back to the death waiting for her in her coffin. Succeed, and she gets a whole new life, fortune, power, everything. Her first mission? She has to make the main hero, Han Yan, fall in love with her. She tries everything, flirting, getting close, using all her tricks, but he treats her like a kid, not seeing anything more than that. She confesses she's loved him for 10 years, but his heart is hard, and he feels nothing. He bluntly tells her she's not his type, that she's too young and reckless. Gardenia promises she won't bother him again, and that she's learned her lesson. But then the system speaks again. If she acts like this, she'll fail the mission. She has to make him fall in love, or her life will be ruined. The system explains there are 3 other men trapped in different places, each playing a role in the story, and her fiancé is coming soon, too. Gardenia quickly frees Han Yan and tells him to escape before he regrets being there. He leaves, shocked and confused. Then her fiancé, Yu, arrives, trying to break down the door, furious. And with him is his troublemaker girl, Xiao, clearly ready to stir things up. Gardenia rushes to get Han Yan out before Yu enters. At that moment, they hear a noise from the bathroom. Han Yan goes to check and finds a terrified Joyan tied up in the tub. He asks, "What's going on here, Gardenia?" She says she has no idea how he got there, but she feels a thrill seeing jealousy flash in Han Yan's eyes and hugs him instinctively. He pushes her away, saying, "Do you really think I care about you? You don't matter to me at all." Gardenia notices that the guy in the bathroom looks a lot like the criminal who killed her in her past life. Later, she pulls out Jean, who was hiding in the closet. Suddenly, Han Yan walks in and teases, "Wow, another guy? Are you running a men's club here?" Gardenia quickly reassures him that she only loves him, and the others are just coincidences. Things explode into chaos. Jean and Han Yan start fighting over her, both asking who she really loves. She tries to explain that Jean is just a childhood friend, someone important in her life. Jean feels happy hearing that, but Han Yan gets even angrier, grabbing her hand and demanding one last honest answer. Who's the most important man in her life? In front of everyone, Gardenia tells Han Yan she wants to break off her engagement and marry him, but Jean grabs her hand before she can finish. Suddenly, Joyan shows up at the game, suggesting they play. The winner gets the heroine's heart. Meanwhile, the troublemaker Xiao calls her aunt, claiming Gardenia is involved with 3 men besides her fiancé, and brings the press to capture the scandal. Yu, furious, breaks down the door, but everyone is shocked to see the 3 men calmly sitting there, playing a game like nothing happened. They're stunned. Han Yan, the richest man in China, and Jean, the famous actor, are both there. When Yu comes in, he's shocked to find his fiancé not cheating at all, as Xiao had claimed. Xiao claims she saw Gardenia hiding the men in the bathroom and closet, but in reality, Gardenia was under the table, and by sheer luck, her hair gets caught on Han Yan's pants. Then she emerges after the press leaves. Han Yan asks Joyan to get scissors to free her hair. Xiao is furious because her plan failed. She couldn't humiliate Gardenia in front of the press like she wanted. So our hero starts asking, "You, why would you bring all these people and break the door like that? Were you trying to start trouble or just looking for attention?" Yu replies, "It's normal. I came to check on my fiancé and figure out why all of you are at her place, and why you slammed the door and made such a scene." Jean, the famous actor, gets irritated and snaps at you. "You don't have a right to talk to us like that or barge in here like this." Jean keeps pushing Yu's buttons, bragging, "I'm a famous actor, everybody loves me. And you? You're just known as a womanizer." That's what people say on social media. The troublemaker girl, Xiao, gets angry and threatens him. "If you don't stop, I'll sue you for slander and insults." Jean laughs and says, "Go ahead, try if you can." Right then, the door opens and the director and producer, Faye, walk in. Jean greets them with a smile. Faye starts praising him, calling him the emperor of romance films, melting every girl's heart. Then she turns to you. "And who are you to think you can boss us around?" He responds, demanding an explanation. "Tell me why you're in my fiancé's apartment and what exactly is going on here." Jean starts talking about himself, fully full of pride. "You and your fiancé should be happy I'm even here in your apartment." The director confirms his words. When director sees Han Yan, he greets him with utmost respect and asks Jean if they can collaborate on the next movie, given Han Yan's massive resources, and the fact that he's the richest and most famous man in China. Han Yan seizes the opportunity. "Why don't we close the door and sit down and discuss the new movie with a $2 billion budget?" They all sit down and dive into the discussion, treating the production seriously. Han Yan tells everyone that everything said here is top secret until the film is shot and released. Everyone promises to keep it confidential. Meanwhile, Gardenia feels relieved. Everything seems to be going smoothly for now. The director starts thinking about who will star in the blockbuster and asks everyone to leave so she can talk to Jean and Han Yan about production and funding. But Yu interrupts and tells Han Yan he's not a good person, exploiting his fiancée and using her apartment for business deals without considering her. Han Yan just laughs it off and cleverly convinces him to let him join the new film project. Yu agrees, forgetting all about his fiancée and the others. Gardenia asks her mother to leave, so she can discuss work in peace. But Hanyan calls out, "Where are you going, Miss Gardenia?" She replies, "I'll leave you to talk about the movie. I don't want to interfere." He says, "How? You're the reason this agreement even happened. You brought us all together. And you're a great actress. You're going to be the lead." She responds, I don't know how to act, but I can chip in a small amount, just 100,000, as a symbolic contribution." She knows it's a tiny amount for him. Hanyan replies, "Why say that? 100,000 is a good start, a nice beginning." The director agrees, and Gardenia officially joins the film production as a contributor. Gardenia is anxious, unsure when the mission will end, thinking whether she will succeed or fail, and terrified of returning to the dark real world. Afterward, Gardenia retreats to her bedroom, worn out, and rests weakly on her bed, exhausted from the long day. The system tells her she completed the first mission, achieving 10% of the total goals. The next mission? She has to join a romantic variety show, play the daring girl, defeat the troublemaker Xiao in front of the audience, and make her fiancé Yu and Hanyan become friends on stage. The system also tells her she must break all her engagement in front of everyone. Gardenia screams in frustration. "What kind of world is this? You want to turn me into someone I'm not. Force me into a role I don't want." Meanwhile, Hanyan is at home. The director calls him, asking him to participate in the romantic variety show as a promo for the new film. Hanyan gets angry and refuses. Then Yu calls Hanyan, telling him he's forced to participate in the romantic show because his fiancée will be there. Yu offers our hero Hani a chance to invest 200 million in the romantic love gala. Yu's surprised when Haney actually agrees to pay and says he's going to attend too. The next day, Yu heads to Haney's office just to make sure he isn't dreaming. And sure enough, Haney is actually going to pay and show up. Honestly, Yu has every reason to be suspicious. Haney is known for his stone-cold heart, someone who doesn't really get love or feelings. But what Yu doesn't realize is that our mischievous heroine Gardenia has stirred his emotions and made an impact. Haney tells you that the director convinced him to participate, saying that his presence would bring massive publicity to the film. He tells him to leave before he kicks him out. Yu asks why he's acting like this and how he could forget they used to be army buddies who fought side by side. Haney cuts him off, saying he doesn't have time for this. His schedule is packed with work that brings in money. He ushers you out of the office. Meanwhile, we know our hero has locked Joyan in prison. But just before Yu leaves, Haney sees a post showing that Joyan has escaped. Panic flashes across his face. He immediately decides he has to protect Gardenia. On the other side, Gardenia is walking down the street. When she senses someone following her, she runs and bumps into Haney, who calms her down and reassures her. She pretends her ankle twisted and asks if he was the one following her. He says no, it was someone else, then signals his men, who quickly grab the stalker. The moment she sees him, she freaks out, jumps, and clings to Haney like a little kid. He tries to push her away, but she refuses to let go, thinking this is how she'll make him fall for her and complete her mission in the game. In the end, she finally lets go, but she's completely messed up his clothes. She tries to walk away, and he grabs her arm and says, "Where do you think you're going, little one?" She says her mom told her to go home for dinner and sleep. He pulls her into a hug and says, "Aren't you the one who told me you've loved me for 10 years? She replies, "Yeah, of course." But as he tries to speak, she shushes him. "Not a word, just know this. I love you." She runs to her home, leaving him standing there, realizing he's already fallen for her. Without even noticing, he thinks to himself, she's just a kid, but she's made me love her. The next morning, Gardenia has breakfast with her mother and asks why she was late yesterday. Lost in thought, she's thinking about how to continue her mission. The troublemaker girl, Shu, spills milk on Gardenia's new dress, pretending it was an accident. Gardenia sees right through it and says, "I know you did it on purpose." Her mom tries to calm things down, reminding them they signed a contract to go together to the romantic love gala and have a good time. Her mom asks Gardenia to help Shu, the troublemaker, so she can find boyfriend at the party. But Gardenia flat out refuses. At that moment, the system reminds her she's only completed 20% of her mission. She has to go to the romantic love gala. Gardenia thinks about it and figures, well, the party will have a lot of handsome guys anyway, so why not just go for fun? Meanwhile, Shu is scheming, planning to get rid of Gardenia and take her mom away. That night, our hero Haney drives to the gala. Meanwhile, Shu slips something into Gardenia's drink. The moment she takes a sip, she collapses, losing consciousness, and cuts her hand on the broken glass. When she wakes up, she finds herself in bed, and Haney is right beside her. He checks if she's okay, then starts to leave. She asks why he's here. He says, "Aren't you the one who said you love me?" Gardenia replies, "Yeah, but don't be mad. I'm going to bury my feelings and just try to love my fiancé and be done with it." Haney frowns. Her words hit him hard because his heart is already tumbled for her. She tries to run away, saying, "There's no such thing as love. Money is what matters most." At that moment, the actor Gene shows up, takes her, and leads her down to the gala. Haney, jealous, follows and sits at the same table with them. The next morning, a girl enters Gardenia's room, removes all her clothes, leaving only her pajamas, and leaves. When Gardenia steps out of the shower, she only has that outfit. She doesn't want to go down. It's not suitable for the party, but the system forces her. If she doesn't attend, she'll die. So she dresses and goes, knowing she has to obey to complete the mission. At the party, the other girls and Shu bully her about her outfit. But Gardenia wasn't going to let them get to her. She started teasing them, doing these flirty, silly little moves. And in the middle of her little act, she totally tripped on the stairs. Luckily, Haney catches her and carries her back to her room. The system informs her she's on the right track for the mission. Gardenia complains to the system. It's asking her to make the stone-hearted King of Hearts fall for her. The system tells her she must finish the task before the party ends. She still doesn't realize he's already fallen for her, heart racing whenever she gets close. She's forced to get closer, trying to tempt him, but Haney tries to resist. Gardenia clings to him, resting her head on his chest, asking why his heart is beating so fast. He quickly pulls away, asking if she's trying to seduce him with that outfit. She plays innocent. No, I've never done anything like that. He realizes she's actually made him fall for her. When he tries to leave, she cries out in pain. He has to sit down, tending to her wounds, discovering more on her back. AS for her. All she's thinking about is finishing the mission and getting her reward. He asks why she's dressed like that, knowing she's engaged and soon to be married. She admits she doesn't love her fiancé and was forced into the outfit. He gets jealous, saying she definitely wore it to tempt him. She argues it's him who can't stay away, following her everywhere, and that he was the one who caught the guy stalking her. He insists it was just a coincidence. She replies, "A coincidence? You and your man? Strange." He reminds her she tried to seduce him before, claiming she loved him for 10 years. She apologizes, promising to hide her feelings so he can live in peace. He gets annoyed. "If you really want to make me happy, don't ever wear that outfit again." She teases, "What?" Jealous. And he admits it, running away from her in embarrassment. He goes down to sit with her fiancé, and you ask him about their relationship. He's told, "Ask your fiancé yourself." You adds that he doesn't even like Gardenia, and that at the party, he'll pick another girl. Haney is shocked and asks why. Her fiancé says Gardenia's reputation is ruined because she's been with 3 men while engaged, and asks Haney if he's scared he won't find someone who loves him with his cold heart. Haney gets angry, saying he will find someone, and you is surprised, asking if there's really a girl who made him fall for her. After her fiancé leaves, Haney daydreams about Gardenia tempting him again. He snaps back to reality, frustrated at how she's messing with his heart and mind, thinking, "I wonder what crazy outfit she'll wear tomorrow." The next day, a competition is held among all the couples, each wearing nearly identical outfits. They're choosing the best match pair. Gardenia sits with Haney, thanking him when she hears he suggested the uniform outfits. He's just staring at her, completely lost in her beauty. She notices and asks, "Is something wrong with my face and my hair?" He says, "No, I'm just worried you might do something that could hurt your fiancé." She pouts. "Seriously, you should stay single your whole life. You've got no heart," and leaves to sit with the other girls. The girls start gossiping, teasing her, one saying she loves you. Gardenia challenges her. "How can you love him? You know he's my fiancé." All the girls bully her. Her fiancé is silent like a statue, but Haney steps in, standing up for her, making the teasing girl back down. She feels embarrassed and sits back with her fiancé, leaning close to tease Shu and make Haney react. But her fiancé pushes her away, saying he's going to be with Shu. The system congratulates Gardenia. She's close to finishing her mission. Then they announce the second stage. Each couple has to buy ingredients from the market and cook together. She tells them that the budget for this contest is only 200 yuan and reminds them that even Haney has the right to pick his own team. When the contestants draw their papers from the box, Gardenia ends up on the same team as her fiancé. He's upset, not happy about it, but she keeps convincing him to go with her to the market, taking his hand. He finally agrees, giving a wink to Haney to follow them. True to form, Haney tails him to the mall. Gardenia is in front, with her fiancé and Haney right behind her. She asks, "What kind of food can we make with 200 yuan? That's actually tasty." Each of the guys starts picking their ingredients. That's when Gardenia realizes she and Haney love spicy food. She asks him if he can cook well, and he confidently says yes and tells her to follow him. Her fiancé, relieved, decides to go in separate from her. Shu, the troublemaker, watches from a distance, smirking. Haney and Gardenia are living their little adventure, strolling through the market while he buys whatever she wants, paying out his own pocket since the 200 yuan isn't enough. All the other girls in the market are jealous. They see a guy who loves and pampers her, buying whatever she wants. At that moment, Haney spots one of his men, and he tells Gardenia to wait here and not move until he comes back. But she waits too long, and he hasn't returned. Yu comes and asks her where Haney went. She guesses he went looking for him, but Yu insists that didn't happen. Then Shu appears, smiling deceitfully, offering Gardenia a bottle of water. And without thinking, she takes a sip. Shu's eyes flash with mischief. Clearly she has something up her sleeve. Gardenia tries to annoy Shu, grabbing her fiancé's arm. He steps away, telling her he's already separated from her. Gardenia acts sad, but he moves closer to Shu, saying he's going to be with her because she's kind, beautiful, and polite, not like Gardenia. Gardenia frowns. arguing that she shouldn't be compared to Shu, but he insists Shu is better in every way and drags her along. Gardenia secretly feels a little happy. The system congratulates Gardenia. She's completed the second stage of the mission, officially breaking up with her fiancé. Only one task remains, to make Haney fall for her. But her happiness is short-lived. She starts feeling dizzy. Her behavior becomes erratic, causing chaos in the market. Haney rushes to her and notices her hand wound is bleeding again, but she hits him with a freezer bag, saying, "I'm happy now. I'm done with you." At that moment, the criminal Joyan appears, pretending to worry, grabbing her, and asking if she's having another seizure. But Haney had passed out. The next day, Haney wakes up at home to find Gardenia missing after that incident. He storms in, orders everyone out, leaving only Shu. He scolds her, saying he didn't know she could be this much of a criminal. He's reviewed the security footage. Gardenia only drank the water Shu gave her and immediately started acting strangely. He orders his men to grab her, but poor Gardenia has been kidnapped and tied up by Joyan, begging for forgiveness and release. Haney realizes where she is, rushes to save her. The criminal gives her something to drink. She passes out. When Haney arrives, he fights off Joyan, rescues her, and carries her away safely. Back at home, Haney confesses his love to her. They get together, and the mission ends successfully. Gardenia returns to her life with Haney, her mother rejoicing at her return. With her pure heart, she even forgives Shu, her cousin. They all sit down to eat together, happiness fluttering around them. And that's how the series ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, because there's a new video every day. And tell us in the comments what kind of shows you want us to summarize next. Bye.